Folks, welcome back to Standby. I'm Phil. Today we're going to be talking about the Olight Arkfeld Pro rechargeable flashlight. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Like I said in the intro, this is Phil, Standby. Interesting pickup I made, purchase. I actually saw this on TikTok, and later on that evening I saw it on a guard at the Emmys. So I got to play with it and then ultimately ended up purchasing it. This is the brand new Olight Arkfeld Pro rechargeable. Little on the fence due to the brand Olight. We all kind of in the industry know what their reputation is, who makes it, and where this stuff comes from. But I think this is a very good supplemental light. This by no means should be your primary. I don't think the price point is as affordable for primary, or rather for supplemental, but it is so far with a week's use worth it. This is $75 on Amazon. I believe it's a little cheaper by a couple bucks, but ultimately it comes out to the same with shipping and taxes on Olight. It's modular. It's more of a pen light. What really drew me to this light was the fact that when compared to my primary, which is a Cloud Defense, this is their full model. This thing is bright as piss. It really turns the sun up. It's comparable to your mod lights. We've talked about it in the past. But this is so freaking bright. And during show months, which is January to March, when you're at these big, large productions, like I spoke in the past, Oscars, things of that such, if you're backstage or any sort of area where production is operating cameras and lighting, I can tell you from experience, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing they want to see in their shot. This not only gets them pissed off, your boss hears about it, and you should know better. So originally what I used was a Surefire pen light, which just died all the time. I had to change the little AAA battery, and I had a red light that worked pretty good for a while, but I ended up losing it, and they're expensive, so I didn't buy another one. This kind of met me in the middle. I keep this in my suit jacket pocket now. And the biggest thing is it's got a 1 lumen setting. It's on. And you can't see it. It is a white background. But this is a 1 lumen setting. And it picks up shadow. It basically will build a shadow on a wire, on a stair, in a staircase. Something so if you're moving around that you personally need to see, or you're directing somebody through a dark area backstage or in a heavily production saturated area and you don't want to blow out production's cameras, this really gets it done. That's my main use for it, is that. However, it does come with 2 other settings. You have a 35 lumen, and then it goes up to a larger lumen here. This is absolutely nothing compared to my full size, but it does really work well as like a pen light, hat light, mechanics light. It's a 2-way clip, so you can put it on the bill of your hat, turn it on, and there it goes. As far as mounting goes on that subject, this is probably the best thing about it. It's a proprietary magnet recharge, so it stands straight up. It's a little docking station that comes with it. The other thing too is this magnet is extremely strong. It sticks to everything. You could pop this on a metal pole, a fridge, turn it on and leave it, and you got a stationary light to use. It's got 3 different lights. You have a UV light. Haven't really found a use for this. It's actually extremely bright. I've actually never used a UV light. I was a bouncer in the past, and this would have been nice to have. That's the only use I can really see, is bouncing, checking IDs. I couldn't imagine what this light would reveal if you took it to a Las Vegas hotel room. It would probably be absolutely egregious. But it has that mode. It has a UV light. And then also something that I will be using at the time of filming in the next week is the laser pointer setting. For those of you that work event security, or have a client that's at a show or a Q&A or a closed rehearsal, something that no one should have their phones out, and you aren't really at liberty to move around and go make an admonishment or get them to delete the footage, this is a really, really useful tool. I usually keep a laser pointer in my pocket, but no more. From stage left or stage right, or wherever I'm at in a venue or an area where some sort of production is taking place, where it's a closed rehearsal, I can now hit them. There's a very strong laser, visible laser. I can now hit them, point them out to somebody like event security or somebody on my team that's now able to go make the admonishment or get them to delete the video. I can not only point them out, but I can shine this in their camera and obstruct what they're filming. So if for some reason we aren't able to get that footage deleted or it gets past us somehow, because you know how people are, they're going to find out a way to do it. I've now screwed their shot up, and it's just kind of a fun, very non-obtrusive way to kind of get people to knock it off. Other than that, it's more of just a silly play around thing. I really like this though. It's modular. The battery, I've had this for just over a week now, about 7-8 days, and I haven't charged it since the first charge. It has a very, very nice, well-lit battery indicator, which will show you its charge capacity at the time, and then will go away. It's got 2 lockout modes. It's got its original lockout mode, which is I don't believe you can do after taking it off, and then holding this button will lock it out and turn it red. So when you press it, it prevents you from NDing, and it will notify you that it's in lockout mode by showing the low battery symbol. You take it out of lockout mode by holding down the button, you see your current battery, and back to work you can go. By no means do I think this is a mod light, cloud defense, surefire killer. I just find this to be a very niche, one-off product that I'm starting to find very useful, and I'm glad I picked it up. One thing I will say about it, if I could tell Olight to change one thing about this light, is instead of the UV light, I would make this a red light. If they can make this a very, very dim or even bright if they had to, I'd take any variation of a red light here over UV light just for policing, using like policing on lighting, using light discipline. Red light's obviously gonna be less visible at a distance than white light, visible white light. And it's also, like I said, helps when you're in an area where you just need some light and don't wanna screw up what somebody's shooting, whether that be video or photo. So anyway, this is my new pickup. More time to come. I'm going to be keeping this on me for the foreseeable future and testing out how it works. But if you are in the security industry or the executive protection world, I highly, highly recommend you give this a look. I think this is one of those one-off products from a company that isn't really trusted, that is going to work for a lot of people. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.